Welcome back, everybody, to our Big Brother coverage. We are giving our first rankings of the season, even though it's only been like 2 days from when we're recording this. It's been a mess, but how's everybody feeling?
It's definitely been a mess. Like we're talking BB Canada 9 levels of mess.
Yeah.
I have a theory. I think it's COVID related. Like, I swear to God, it's COVID making us completely bonkers. Like, Big Brother Canada is one reason, and then this is also just like another problem.
Yeah. It is similar to BB Can. I just find it more annoying than BB Can for, I guess, just me and BB US. That's how I am.
I don't know.
This show doesn't have heart. Big Brother US does not have heart, is what it is.
I don't know if it's necessarily the entire cast is messy as much as it is just just Frenchie at this point.
Just Frenchie.
True.
So messy.
And he's dragging everybody into the mess.
Are you in his alliance yet? Has he contacted?
I think we all are. I think every single person is in his alliance.
Actually, no, I'm being targeted.
Yeah, you're being targeted for sure.
I'm going home. I'm not POC now.
Wait, I'm in Slaughterhouse. Are you guys in Slaughterhouse?
No, are you butchers?
But which Slaughterhouse? Because there's like 5 different ones. So.
I thought I was the OG Slaughterhouse.
I mean, today he didn't even know who was in the Slaughterhouse. He had to ask, even though he created the alliance with that person.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, God. So cringe.
Well, we will start the rankings, and we're starting with Frenchie. He is in last place with a 1.25.
That's low. That's pretty low.
Yeah, our bottom 3 are pretty low, but
1.
this is definitely low. It's well deserved.
5. Wow.
I gave him a 2, and the only reason I gave him any points is because he won 2, challenges right off the bat. 3, if he, was an idiot and didn't pretend to throw the pretend competition.
Yeah, that's also true. I don't know why he didn't just like fail. Like, why did he actually try? He's not the smartest person. I mean, Nick said that, he didn't think he was smart coming in. You're right. Like, you were never wrong.
Yeah.
He also said in his preseason interviews that he would 100% never throw a competition. So really? I don't think he was trying to throw it. I think he was legit trying to get those dice on the board.
I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this fucking guy. He's not only just stupid, but he's also problematic. So I mean, like,
yeah.
Maybe he really is that big of a fan, and he's just starstruck. Well, not starstruck, but just overwhelmed with all of it. I mean, his best bet was not to win the first HOH because he has so many people coming at him with ideas and alliances. He can't
he really
say
doesn't
no.
Though. He makes them all in his fucking head is what the problem.
It's really him. It's no one's really coming at him saying like, here's the plan. Like, it's all his plans, his master plan.
Yeah, but he still has people talking to him while he's in a power position. I don't think he would be nearly as messy if he wasn't the HOH right now.
I don't know. I think his paranoia is so high as HOH. What's it going to be when he might be a target?
When he's not. Yeah, when he's not safe. What's the paranoia going to be when he's not safe at all?
I mean, I won't even lie. Like, he's not my lowest.
Yeah, I know.
He's the second to last.
Well, you also put him as one of your bets to win.
Oh, stop. Stop it. The rest of my insight on a lot of the cast has been pretty spot on. Thank you. But I almost wanted to put him up a little bit higher because of a conversation that the Cookout had. And they kind of want to keep him around because they can influence him and use him as. I mean, they're worried about it. They're worried about it because he's hard to control. But you can put things into his head and he'll go off and.
Yeah, but the problem with that is so can everybody else.
Yeah.
So I feel like they have to work 3 times harder to put things in his head and get that to stay in his head and not allow him to be manipulated by anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Meg, I'm just trying to get you to keep me in a game if we ever play again.
What are you talking about? You were my demise.
Touche.
We'll have to revisit that season.
Meg, do you think this fucking guy is actually a fan? I don't know. I think everything about this guy's fucking fake.
Yeah, I think everything that comes out of his mouth is bullshit.
Yeah.
I think a real super fan knows that the biggest mistake that you can make is to come in and play this hard and get this HOH-itis like immediately off the bat. Maybe he is overwhelmed with being on Big Brother, like Dave says, but I mean, I just don't believe anything this guy says.
He's definitely a fan. Like his Twitter presence before this, like
But it's all very
active.
like it's all very just attention seeking. Apparently, he told Robin Cass he named his kid after her. Turns out he lied, and then still never actually got cast by Robin Cass. Maybe that's why she didn't do it.
Lie to tell.
I know, right?
What? Listen, it's all a master plan. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's becoming this iconic character. He's gonna be set for life. That's what he's doing. Obviously.
I think it was Azad that said he's playing for Twitter and like the internet.
He's not like
and Twitter hates him. So
this past day and a half, 2 days, he's been not playing for Twitter. He went the opposite way. And okay, so my problem is just the way he approaches everything. I don't know where his head's at all. Like I really feel like
know where his head's at.
Yeah, he doesn't. Well, it was a really strong start. Like he told everyone that he wants to go after a big bro. And then all of a sudden he's like, no, they're good people. like what is happening? And I don't even know.
He also said that he was giving immediate immunity to all women and POC.
No,
he nominates.
He said he wasn't going to nominate a woman or a minority, and he didn't. He nominated a woman and a minority.
True.
So
okay, that's fair. That's honestly fair. Not really though.
He's just all over the place, and I do think he is pandering.
He's fake as fuck. There's no woke in this guy.
So fake. It's so fake. He's gonna be out as a Trump supporter. I swear. He's gonna.
No, I think he's an overwhelmed Big Brother fan that is in over his head. That is my gut instinct.
Too nice on him. I think he's trash. So don't like the guy.
Do you think that you would, if you got HOH first, that you would catch the HOH-itis?
I'd throw the first comp. Are you serious?
What if you threw it but you still won it? You would still get it. I think you would get the HOH-itis.
I think Dace would too.
Like I don't think it's possible for you not to have HOH-itis in that first week. That first week is, I mean, it's hard to navigate. I mean, not many people, it seems, gets out of it,
But this guy, I don't know. I just don't know.
Days would be sitting up in his HOH room like.
He's like, I'm the king.
My first week goal: throw the first HOH and make a big dinner for everybody, so that they keep me around for cooking for a bit.
The Azza approach, basically, is what you would do.
Yeah. Not aligned with the bros. Not doing that.
Yeah, that's what he said. Any other thoughts on this fucking guy?
If he makes it anywhere close to jury, I'm going to be very shocked. But it is also possible with this cast.
With the fucking twists.
Yeah, with the twists and like him winning some things and then Cookout wanting to keep him a little bit. Like, honestly, him being so chaotic this first week it's bad, but it's like you can recover. Like, it's not impossible to not, like, everyone knows that you're shit now, right? So like people might bring you further because you're so unreliable.
I mean, you have to work harder, but you can come back from it. If he really calms it down this next week and has good conversations with the right people.
Yeah, it's possible.
Things change so quickly, but honestly, at this point, he should have gone for that second week of safety because I can easily see him being a nom next week.
The next week.
I hope he's gone next week. I'm tired of listening to him. He just talks so much.
If he keeps getting caught eavesdropping by the door, I mean, he's really
smart for that. Yeah. Yeah, Frenchie needs to go.
He does. Next in 15th is Derek X with a 2.25.
Understandable.
We all had him very low, but
his social game, man, it is bad, like very, very, very bad.
I thought he was
It's
going to be so much better.
that was your winner pick,
too.
Meg.
Me
I
too.
know he was my winner pick.
I really did think that Derek would come in here. Like his video was funny. I was late to Big Brother premiere, and the first thing I saw was his intro video, and I was dying because his dad saying like don't come home until you win it. Like that's honestly such an Asian thing. It's so funny. But it sucks because like why did he gravitate towards the bro so early on?
In his intro, like he said he wanted to be social with people in college, and fraternity was really his way in.
Right.
You know,
that's just not the majority.
I don't think he's comfortable, not necessarily being around people, just conversing with people. Like he's not good at it.
He's a recruit, right? He's not a fan. I don't think
he's a recruit.
And like I think he's the one who knows the least about this game, probably.
Yeah.
So honestly, for me, I think that actually is a positive. Like he is pretty bad socially, and he's obviously towards the bottom. He's bottom 3 for me. But if he survives this week and starts to grasp at it, like he can get better, I think, because people will be like, we can manipulate someone who doesn't know the game. Like it's definitely possible. And he's not close with a lot of people, which is sometimes good.
It's just imagine sitting in a room with him, like how not uncomfortable, but just how difficult it would be to have a conversation with somebody that's not good at it. Like I wouldn't want, I wouldn't want that person in the game because I would be uncomfortable trying to keep the conversation going.
And I don't think he's like that with everybody. His problem was he did talk to the bros, and he kind of like didn't talk to the girls at all the first day and a half. But he actually gets along with the girls, so that's where he fucked up most, is he didn't talk to girls.
Yeah. I will say like his triathlon story kind of brought him a little bit up for like socially, and it does seem like because he's being blindsided in the beginning, like some girls might want to like protect him a little bit. I know Tiffany was kind of down to save him if she could. Like I can already see people wanting to keep him just because he's not a threat. As a guy or like as a bro, you know, I don't think he would be, if he's stuck with the bros, he would be, you know, a collateral damage, but he wouldn't be like number 1 bro to go out.
Well, most of the bros have thrown him under the bus, except for Travis.
If he doesn't play in the veto comp and you know noms get changed, he's definitely going up. I think Frenchie is too far in to his plan that there's no other option except to put Derek up if somebody comes down.
I mean, I don't know if that's completely true because Frenchie's gone back on every single plan.
He switched his plan so many times. Also, what happened to the Brent plan? Like, I just don't understand how quickly he fell for Brent's charm. After saying that he wants him to go because of his charm. Like, I don't understand that logic at all. I still think that Brent is the perfect person to go first.
Brent's good,
really
man.
Changed the game.
What are your thoughts on Derek X, Meg?
I think that he has more room to recover than Frenchie does, so I'm not counting him out just yet. I'm hoping to see his social game improve a little bit here. Maybe he just needed a little bit more time to get comfortable in talking to people. Maybe he's intimidated by talking to girls. I mean, you don't know. Like, you know.
I mean, we saw that with Ian.
Yeah. I don't think that we know enough about him and his story yet to judge his social game at this point. It's still so early. I think Frenchie's dug himself a bigger hole that Derek has time to recover still. If he doesn't get put up as a replacement nom in the veto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I hate Frenchie's fucking seeing him as this typical Asian who's the smart guy. He thinks he's like the scapegoat for Frenchie now that he's the fucking mastermind.
When he hasn't done anything, so he hasn't done anything to move the game. Like, not one thing. So the fact that he is a scapegoat and so easily becoming a scapegoat, it literally is the judging a book before, like, by its cover. Like, and that's what Frenchie hates, apparently. That's also a lie. Like, I don't think there's one thing. Yeah, you're right. I don't think there's one thing that he's truthful about.
Well, I'm rooting for maximum chaos, so I'm
Yeah.
hoping Derek gets picked for veto and wins.
And wins. Yeah, no, I
Yes.
agree. I agree with that.
Well, we will move on to number 14, which is Alyssa
Okay.
at 3.5.
I put her at bottom 2, like 15th, because I think that if the noms don't change, she's like 100% going home. And
agree.
because, yeah, and so like that's why I think she's very low, because it's hard to recover. She is a nom. She's one of the noms. And her being next to Kyland is just not helping her chances of staying. And she has no like real connections with anybody, in my opinion. I don't think she has any actual alliances. Unlike Sarah Beth, which we'll probably get to later. Like I think she's working, and so is Kyland. So
She's kind of in there with Christian, right?
is she? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, close enough
that
to
might help.
Christian that Frenchie thinks they're making whoopings.
Oh yeah. That's not true though,
Just
is it? I
all
don't think
over
it's
the
not true.
place.
that's not true. Yeah. That's really messed up though, that he
It
nominated her.
is. It's
that.
like,
That's so misogynistic.
yes, it is.
And like the whole not nominating women and then that being the reason, that I think that's like the complete opposite of why you would not nominate. Like I can't. It's actually really
I mean,
Isn't
he's been calling her sis.
what does that mean?
Sis, as in from BB23,
Oh, okay.
because she kind of, same ethnicity.
I mean, they could
as
probably
sis.
start calling him Michi soon, honestly.
Yeah.
So he's getting into that territory himself.
I mean, her social game isn't as good, but Alyssa actually reminds me more of Natalie Negrani. How do you say her name? So I think she's going to end up being, and I thought this preseason, she's going to end up being a comp beast. Like, I think she could
Probably.
be one of those that wins vetoes several times, and I wouldn't be surprised to actually see her win this veto.
That would be really bad for Derek.
Yeah, I think her competition skills are going to be so much better than her social game right now.
I think if she stays on the block, though, she's gone over Kyland. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she's so low.
Yeah, Kyland's
feel-
in deep with other people, so he should be good.
I think she just kind of fell into the same thing at Derek X, is that she didn't. It started so fast, and she just didn't make as many connections because I don't really know why. Just connecting with her team really was all that she connected with.
She had the meltdown in the beginning. That's probably what set her back first.
Yeah, she was sick for a couple
Yeah.
days.
Oh, it was sick. I thought she was having like anxiety or something.
I think it was
she
a
could have.
combination of
Oh,
both.
So, like, the first thing I would do entering the Big Brother house is go vomit.
Yeah, Meg is gonna run into the DR. Where's my weed? I need to calm down.
No, I would not be able to be high in there. I'd be way too paranoid.
That would be so effed. That would be so effed. I also would not do well on that if I had weed. But
One positive I will say about her is I did like today about how she went to Frenchie and got Christian in the room, and how they really at least set a plan to get herself off the block, possibly. So at least she's trying
yeah.
to get herself off the block.
Do we know
Yeah,
if Frenchie will save Kyland over Alyssa, like in terms of using the video? Like, would he use a video on Alyssa or Kyland? I don't even know. I don't know.
I stopped listening to him today. I couldn't do it anymore.
Okay, good.
I feel like the first veto, you don't use the first veto.
Well, he
Don't
wants
use-
everybody to.
No, he's telling everyone to do it, but
I
they
know,
really
but I
shouldn't.
feel like you just don't use
Oh
the
my
first
God.
veto. Why would you?
If
That-
he
that's-
wins the veto and uses it,
Wait,
like
can
would
the
not be
HOH
surprised.
play in it? Because I know BB can changed it. So,
HOH will, yeah.
Yeah. In the
oh
US,
my
the
god!
HOH
Wait, so he's
I guess-
automatically in it.
That's already back to
We're
back
just
to
gonna
back
win it.
to back.
He's gonna win the veto. He's gonna do it.
That'd be so stupid.
Well, Derek's gonna go
Exactly.
up, and then he's gonna have 3 enemies or 2, I guess. One's gonna go, but
That I will say, that conversation with Christian, Frenchie, and Alyssa, though, like, there's fire in Alyssa. Like, I'm ready to see her
Yeah.
corner somebody and
yeah,
like lay it out. She's ready to.
she was
fight
caught off
somebody.
guard. Now she's like,
And she was calling Frenchie out on some of his bullshit too.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed.
I'd like
Oh,
to
okay.
see her win the veto and come down and cause some havoc.
Yeah.
Win HOH.
And then no, you know what I want? I want Alyssa to take herself off veto, and then and then Frenchie nominates someone not Derek X. I think that would just be the worst thing.
There's no one
that
left.
Frenchie
He's
could ever
promised
do.
everybody else safety.
Travis?
man.
No, not Travis either. Travis
Was one of his original targets.
So is he? But is he? Did he tell him he was safe? I mean, he told everyone.
No,
He's
I'm
told
being
everybody he was
sarcastic.
safe. I think he's told Travis he was safe. He's told everybody they were safe, even Alyssa. So, yeah. Next up, number 13, Sarah with a 4.0.
Oh, that's exactly my rating, 4.
Probably what she got in school, 4.0. I can imagine that.
Gave her a 5 because I don't really know. So people that I wasn't sure, I'd put them right in the middle.
Yeah.
I went down to 2.5 only because her game plan is a very dangerous game to play.
What is she doing?
Especially, she wants to float. She's going to be the rat floater.
Oh, right.
She's very dead set on doing that. And I think that's probably one of the more difficult strategies to play and survive long term. I mean, people have done it. Andy's done it. June's done it. It's just, she's going to get caught if she's not careful. But the reason why it's dangerous is because she's always going to be a pawn on the block.
Yeah.
And that's the last place you ever want to be is on the block.
Yeah.
It's never good.
I was going to rate her a little bit higher until today when she had that conversation with Kyland and told Kyland that Tiffany approached her with a women's alliance thing. So Kyland brings that back to Tiffany, then the whole cookout's going to know she's a rat. So.
Oh my God. Wow, Kyland's using her. But also Kyland's messy as hell. Well, I mean, Kyland and Sarah Beth are, like, to me, tied for, like, in that area. So I hope Kyland's next after this, but I have a lot to say about Kyland as well.
Any other thoughts on Sarah?
She seems cool. I don't think the game, she's not going to be able to play the type of game she wants to play.
I think she stands out more, like, way too much to be a floater. Like, her voice and just, like, her personality, I just feel like she might be forgotten, but then you're like, oh wait, there's Sarah Beth as well. Like, because, like, I feel like someone who could really do well as a floater might be Hannah or someone like that, where I just feel like she's cool with everybody, and there's, like, Sarah Beth is, like, she's playing a floater really, really obviously. I feel like she's just, already showing her cards and telling everybody everything. So I don't know if it'll work for her, honestly.
I feel like if the game keeps going with this, like, trajectory, though, being a floater is kind of the best place to be right now.
True. Also true. Yeah.
So if she plays it correctly, that could get her farther.
I see her ending up being like a Kathy from BB12. Just furniture, no use to anybody.
I don't know if she's furniture. I think she's kind of entertaining in the sense of, like, she's already ratting, like, she's already being a rat. Like, this is the first 3 days and she's telling Kyland everything, and she's telling Christian things, and, like,
yeah, but they're teammates.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like, I mean, at least she is doing something. Like, there are other people who are not doing much, and
that's also how you build, like, bonds and trust with, though. So if she wants to, like, potentially work with Christian by telling him, like, right away, like, hey, I heard your name come up, that's only, like,
good for
pushing
her.
You further. He's not going to target you, or you have a friend or an alliance there.
To be fair, I had her so low because when I did my rankings, I was pretty sure that her and Derek were going on the block. And 30 minutes later, that changed. But
oh my God, I think it would have made more sense if Sarah Beth went up over Alyssa. But Frenchie. Well, I mean, neither of them should go up. But Frenchie's just being himself, his problematic self.
Number 12 is Kyland at 4.4.
We're all pretty on point so far. I mean, that's my bottom 5.
What was this?
Yeah, we were all pretty around each other. It's a 4.4.
Okay. I think Kyland talks too much and isn't, like, making sense either. And then, like, I don't know why he would rat out Derek X when Derek X gave really good vibes to him. Like, there's no way that Kyland wouldn't have walked away from that conversation as like, I shouldn't trust Derek X. Like, it seemed like Derek X wants to work with him. So him kind of ratting him out without needing to is kind of my biggest problem with him so far. And I'm doing the same to Sarah Beth. Because Sarah Beth also seems really.
Well, he hasn't done the same to Sarah Beth yet, but I think it's a possibility.
Didn't he tell Tiffany about? Or no,
he didn't tell her yet. I just say he might tell Tiffany.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So we'll see how he plays that, because Sarah Beth being so secretive with him, like, it's also a good thing for him to keep his mouth shut about it. You know, don't let that out of your, like, don't let that card out. You know,
He's not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's
I have nothing on him. He's just kind of in the background for me. I know that he's kind of like a tag along to the cookout. I don't think he's actually a part of that alliance. I don't feel like he's. Oh, is he?
I mean, I just saw on the feeds that like it was him, Azza, I'm blanking on name. Tiffany, and yeah, and they were talking.
And Xavier.
Xavier, yeah. Well, Xavier is crying right now, or like the last time I saw him, he was.
I thought Kyland was crying.
No, that's.
I don't know why Xavier was crying. I think it's because his brother died like 3 months ago, and they were telling personal.
They were talking about family stuff, yeah. So I think he just couldn't take it for a sec.
I mean, Kyland just seems really basic to me. I do think that his social game is pretty good. Like, he easily has conversations with everybody in the house.
Yeah, he's social.
I mean, I had him at 5.5. He's pretty middle for me.
That's pretty good.
Say. Yeah, I'm at 5.
I have him at 4. So
he's just a little too messy. He needs to listen to Xavier more and just go to bed when Xavier goes to bed. That's what he needs to do. Yeah. Number 11 is Travis with a 4.9.
Wow, we're so on point with this. Like, so far, it's my bottom 6 to a T. Travis, like a little switch arounds, but Travis, I think, is like a really typical bro. So he should have been Frenchie's number 1 pick, him or Brent, or I mean Christian, yeah, for sure. But it's just like, I don't know. Travis is playing the way I would expect a American white frat bro to play. So nothing much on that.
I mean,
he's smart though.
Yeah.
He is.
He was totally cast into a type that I don't think he really is. Like, he's playing up the server thing, but
he is playing it up.
He's not quite that. He's actually really fucking smart.
Yeah.
But
I think he cast himself that. He came in.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's playing that. Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, whatever gets you into the game. I mean, play it up. But I mean,
that's how Tyler came in, and Tyler did really well.
Yeah. I mean,
good formula, apparently.
My pre-assessment of him was that he reminds me of Hayden Moss, BB12, and the only thing, like, that bro alliance is not going to work this season. So the game plan that Hayden had isn't going to work. But he's still, like, he's sociable, he's friendly, and I think he can get far. He's just going to have to lay low, because I think he was one of Frenchie's initial targets. So
because it's so early, everyone at this point and forward in this conversation has really good potential to go far. We don't know exactly how much they're gonna mess up or navigate. Like, I would say even down to like Kyland. Like, the bottom 3 right now is a little troublesome, but other than that, everyone has room to like really do well.
Right, and I don't think it really hurts you at this point to be one of Frenchie's targets, because there was like 6 people that were his target.
There's still more to come. I think there's still more to come.
I mean, I guess we don't even get to see this most of the time, like the first week and a half.
Right? Yeah.
So this is kind of a new feeling for me, other than Over the Top. So, I mean, yes, shit is crazy, but I'm wondering if it's always like this and we just never see it.
I think it is. BB Cam was crazy the first week. We just didn't get to see it. We didn't even see it on the episode. So
I can't believe they didn't even. What happened on day 3? I just want to know what happened. Oh man.
I'll say about Travis, out of all the fucking white dudes, he's the only one I honestly like, if I'm being honest. Because Frenchie gets on my nerves, and the other two are so misogynistic. So I think that.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think so. So Travis is actually, even though I thought going into the season he was going to be a bottom of mine, I think he's likable. But the downside, if Derek X goes home, he's kind of left with nothing. So.
Yeah.
Number 10 is Britini with a 5.1.
All right, now my bottom 7 are all lined up. Britini.
Wait, who was? I blanked out. You said Brittany.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Okay, we're starting to have different opinions now. Let's go.
What was her score?
5.1.
Okay.
Has she opened up about her autism to the house guest yet?
Not that I've seen.
Oh, really?
So. And you know what? Now that I think about it, yes, she's very much over the top. But if she's like, I don't know what part of the spectrum she's on. I think maybe some of the things she's learned to use, social cues and whatnot, she's just overcompensating with them right now just because of excitement and newness, if that makes sense.
I think she's just being herself, and the over the topness, the loudness, sometimes the like overexcitement can be, characteristics of somebody with autism.
Right. I also
she's
think
honestly
good. Like by everybody. Yeah, I think she's. If you like Meg, I didn't even know, so like I feel like it's pretty undetectable in any sense, and I feel like
it can be if you don't know, it can just be seen as her being kind of annoying or loud, or like in your face and just like an obnoxious person. But if you know and you can understand, then she's still annoying, but at least it's not. She can't help it.
She's honestly she's annoying with the right people, except for Frenchie, but she's good at not being annoying with the wrong people.
I like her with Tiff. I like her with Tiffany. Like she seems really comfortable with Tiffany. Okay. I think everybody in general is really comfortable
there's not
with
one
Tiffany.
person that's not good with Tiffany.
But like she puts her at ease. Like she's really calm when she's talking and whatnot. So I mean, I think she definitely needs to tag along with her. I don't have anything positive nor negative to really say about her, in all honesty.
I think that it's really impressive that how loud she is. And yet, like, I don't think anyone really finds her annoying, to be honest. So it's like, I think she's doing a really good job at navigating being herself, but also being like not stepping on anyone's toes. And also, I feel like if she plays very loyal in the beginning, I think she could go really far, because I feel like if you're loud and disloyal, it's very obvious. So it's like if she plays very loyal and like very just not changing the game at all, I think she could go pretty far.
She needs to not be loyal to Frenchie, because Frenchie is the negative for me for her is Frenchie has thrown her under the bus 2 days in a row now.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, because he's told I don't even know how many different people, but a lot of different people that Britini is the one that gets information for him.
So, is that true?
Wow. That's not. I don't think that's probably not even true.
I mean, Britini does television.
Everybody's game with his own. I don't know. I also have nothing to say. Like Brittany's higher for me. She's a 6, so I gave her a higher score.
I'll say this, that if she does get into trouble and is at risk of going home, if she has kept the fact that she has autism under wraps, they're playing for $750,000 now. I would definitely use that to garner some sympathy, or at least explain. I mean, you're playing for a lot of money. Use whatever you have.
I would say only use it when she's in trouble. I think if she kept that secret and got to the end, and she says that, I think she would totally win it. So.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, like if she's really going home,
herself out of trouble, I think she should use it to have genuine, open conversations to build relationships.
Also true. Yeah.
I mean, if she's do not that without bringing it up.
If she's not bringing it up, then I'm saying save it till the very end, or when she's in trouble. But if she's thinking of bringing it up, like when things are dying, like right now, everything's
I mean, but look at what we said about Kiefer in BB Can when he like started talking about like the struggles of his like indigenous people and like his family and stuff when he was in trouble, like using that as a way to get him out of trouble almost made it like disingenuous.
True, but
I mean, he got barred.
I know, but I just feel
it's
like
how you approach it, you know.
And he got money from
Oh yeah, Kiefer did win that. Yeah.
What
like I care about your mental health and how, you know, the struggles that you go through just based on conversation. But it's like if we talk about like Tara and how, oh, my brother died. Of course, I care about people whose family members have died or who struggle with mental health, but I don't give a fuck in the sense of like winning Big Brother.
Yeah, I understand that. Plus, she's a pyramid schemer, so I don't. we don't stand Tara anymore. I liked her for a minute.
I just feel like it could be used, quote unquote, to help her go further if she uses it in a way to bond with others instead of gaining sympathy.
Yeah, I think she should totally have one-on-ones to do that. I feel like if she did it in like a group setting, it would be kind of awkward. I feel like. I feel like it would seem disingenuous, you know, but if she had like talked to people and just like brought it up somehow, like it's definitely gonna help her. Absolutely. Not that like we should use mental illness or mental health issues to like boost ourselves up, but it's definitely, you know, it's part of her story. So
I do think if she does talk about it, it's gonna be with Tiffany.
Yes, and I think Tiffany would be it would be so well received, and Tiffany is just brilliant. I think I'm so proud. We'll talk about Tiffany towards the end, but like I think there's something that I'm scared of right now because
we'll talk about Tiffany when we get to number 1.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I hope she's number 1. I gave her number 1, so I hope she's there. So we'll see.
Well, number 9 is Whitney with the 5.
Okay, cool.
With a what?
5.6.
Okay. Yeah.
I really don't know what to say about Whitney. She doesn't have a lot of guys that end up. She intimidates guys is really what it comes down to.
She's just there.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. I like her bluntness. I do. I think that she's probably the only one so far that's so blunt, which could also bite her in the ass. But right now, it's like it seems like people want to work with her because she's blunt. So I think she's polarizing. I think she's going to be one of those people who will have to fight when it gets to it, because like she will be brought up as someone to take out. Like, who wants her out? Derek F wants her out, right? Someone else wants her out.
I want to see her blossom into the next Janelle. I want to watch her go down this path where she just like has to fight, like you're saying, Alex, and she does, and she survives because she's going to like take this game in her hands, win.
She's capable. Yeah,
she has to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's another comp beast in the making.
Yeah.
Her one downfall right now is tying herself to Frenchie. She needs to let that go. And like the Tiffany, Whitney, Frenchie alliance, the parent alliance, they need to drop him and just be like a final 2.
Tiffany's not staying. Whitney, I don't know yet. I haven't watched enough of Whitney to know if she's gonna do the same.
I don't know if I would want to be in a parent alliance.
Yeah.
She made a final 2 with somebody, but I forgot to write it down.
Oh, did she really?
It was in the storage room.
She seems like she's probably really into Brent.
No,
I would view other parents as my direct competition.
You said what? Why?
I think that would be bad.
No, I want to be the only mother. I want to be the one that has kids.
You're just gonna stick out. You're just gonna
stick out.
Yeah, but I'm the one with kids. You can't vote out the one that has kids to take care of.
They definitely
they do it every fucking year.
If you want to vote out the other parents, you're voting out. You're getting voted out too. If you made everybody vote out the parents, you're next.
Well, then maybe I want to be the parent that like is the one that takes care of everybody. Like Dave seems to think the people that stick around longer are the ones
that Karen and BB5 or BB23.
That are what?
The ones that cook and clean. You think they're the ones that stay. People don't want to get rid of the people that take care of them.
That's like only for like in the beginning.
It's a pre-jury game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, or like the first person on the jury or something. I feel like that's what you're playing for in that scenario. If you're getting out of other parents, I think you should stick with the parents until you need to, which is like fine. But like,
Which I honestly
say
think
my
that's what both of
competition is
them would
parents.
do.
You said
I
what?
don't know about Frenchie, but I honestly think that's what Whitney and Tiffany would do is stick together until they
Don't want to. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I mean, you do have to find that one person that you have common ground with that you can like
And being a parent is
starting a relationship. Yeah,
it's a huge leg up in terms of connecting and
Mhm.
bonding because no one knows. I won't know that until I have a kid. Like that experience is completely unique for those three. So until people start catching on to this parent alliance, stick to it. Until you need to break away. But Tiffany's doing a great job in that she's building other alliances. While I don't know if Whitney is exactly doing the same.
I mean, I feel like Whitney is. I really don't.
I don't see it.
I don't know where people stand with Whitney. I don't know if people
Yeah.
actually like Whitney or if they're being fake to Whitney, if they're being real with Whitney. I can't get.
They're intimidated. They're all scared. They're all scared of Whitney, as they should be.
Number 8 is Hannah. Honestly, another person people seem scared of is Hannah.
What?
5.75.
People are scared of Hannah?
Yes.
Said
Other women are scared of Hannah.
5.7.
5.75.
She's my number 2.
Nah, that's exactly where I put her. Hannah is where you just said it. What is that? 16? What, 9? 8? Are we at 8 right now? Are we in the midway point?
Yeah, we're already halfway.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's exactly right. I think that I don't think Hannah has exactly made enough connections to like solidify her further right now, but she's doing a really good job at floating. If anything, she's not making any ruckus. I don't know. I don't have anything bad to say.
I feel like she's doing well socially. So I
don't
she's like floating, like that's the strategy she's going for.
She's not going for that, but yeah, but she is kind of there right now in that area of floating because she's not in any of the opposite sides of, what the target is and who's the HOA. She's not that close to, I think I did see a conversation with her, and was it her and Frenchie in the pantry where she's like, what do you want me to do if I get the veto? Do you want me to gun for the veto? Like that was a really smart way of like giving the ball all the way to him to like give her instructions, right? I don't know if she'll follow it, but it's good to like get information of like what do you want me to do? Because then if he says something about her, she'll be like, you told me to do that. You told me to gun for a veto. You told me to use it. Like all that, it's good ammo for her.
I think she's sailing. I don't think she's
sailing. Yeah, she's sailing. She's a sailboat.
I usually rant about coasters, but I think she might do a good job coasting to jury and then light the fire and start beasting comps.
Yeah.
Especially memory comps and trivia type comps because she is smart.
Yeah.
She gives me Q vibes. If she makes the she might bring out chaos.
It's a little feisty, yeah.
I mean, her 2 favorite players are Day and Bay, so.
Why do you have that
player? So that's a compliment to Hannah.
True.
Okay.
But she needs to make it.
Wait, why is she number 2 though, Dazed? She's beating out everyone else below that.
I like her. I feel good about her. She's one of them.
She your what?
You want to know who my crushes are?
Yes, let's hear your crushes this season.
Let me say your crushes.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I think your crushes are Hannah, Travis, and Claire.
Xavier.
You got one.
Wait.
Yeah. Hannah, Xavier, Brent. Tiffany,
Brent,
and kind of Sarah Beth.
Oh,
I can see that one.
I can see Sarah Beth. Yeah. Not Brent.
Anyway, let's move on.
That's any final thoughts on Hannah.
I'm already uncomfortable.
We'll go to number 7, which is Claire, barely at 5.8.
That's my number 4.
I honestly could have put her down more. I just feel like I'm worried about her soul shrinking mostly.
Sure, yeah.
She's very game savvy, Like she knows the ins and outs of the game. She doesn't know the ins and outs of the social game.
Yeah.
Right. Although she's in the, is she in the firefighters, whatever that's called, right? It's the firefighters. Is she in that?
Mhm.
She's in it.
Yeah.
And like she's kind of, I don't know. I think that she's
Who's in the
low-key-
firefighters?
The firefighters.
The
Basically,
Aces and
Claire's
Queens.
team plus, yeah.
Yeah, Claire's team plus Derek X. Is that right?
It's Aces and Queens.
I don't think it's all.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Claire has a lot of room to like work here. I don't know. I don't think she's anyone's direct target moving forward yet. And then I feel like when the time comes to like want to get her out, she might win things. So it's like I think she's pretty like solid when she does have conversation with people. But she also doesn't have like a number one either, or no one's putting her at number one. So that is true. Like she's not in the most safe spot, but sometimes when you're in the beginning, you don't want to have people want you as a number one, because then people will catch on and they don't want you here, you know?
What was her score?
5.8.
Oh, we're all
Wow,
in the,
these
it's still in
are
the
all
five.
really close.
Yeah, it's definitely close. But yeah, Claire, I do feel the same way. I just feel like I do think she needs to make some connections going into the next week, though, that are actually stronger
And genuine.
connections.
Yeah,
I want her to do better.
I do too. I think she can't, she really should have that all girl alliance, like a really strong one.
Minus a few of the girls like Sarah Beth and Brittany.
Yeah. I would say pull in Tiffany and pull in Hannah, pull in even like Alyssa. That would be really crazy, because I feel like they're probably the strongest women, and Whitney. Like they're the strongest women to like arguably better than the guys in comps, probably, like maybe, you know. So that would be really cool. I would love to see all girl alliance, POC alliance. Like let's go. We have the
all
opportunity.
girls alliances never worked.
But they should. We need one good one. That's what I want.
never
I like
works.
history. I like making history.
Works on Survivor a few times. I don't know why it never works on Big Brother.
It was that Survivor. I'm thinking about Micronesia, but that was insane.
I think it doesn't
Like-
work on Big Brother because
Why?
of biological reasons.
Yeah,
That's
Meg,
sad.
explain to us why you're always in alliance with men and not women.
Oh, I feel like you already did
That's
that.
just who I
Yeah,
am.
we've done
You've
that.
explained that. You've explained that before.
Yeah.
I remember.
But I feel like it's different Survivor versus Big Brother because of biological reasons.
It sounds funny when it's like biological reasons, you know. Like now it sounds like you need to explain, but I feel like I understand.
I
I
understand.
get it.
Number 6 is Christian with a 6.0.
Okay, that's right. I gave him a 6.
Christian's, I mean, he's obviously the comp beast so far. And BBUS loves to have comps that go towards guys. So, I mean,
They
that
really
would work out for
do.
Christian.
They really
Him and Frenchie have both won too.
Yeah. Well, Christian would have won. What happened with that comp? Because he did it twice. Like
It was
he
either
was the
Sarah
first one.
or Alyssa that kept fucking up with.
Like who tipped that? Like you have one job is to not tip your side a little bit higher or lower. Like he is working his ass off. He finished the puzzle first, then he did it again for a second time, and they both fell. That was insane to me. I thought that was like bogus that the team couldn't even handle holding a thing up. But
Do you
I don't
think
know.
somebody was throwing it?
Who?
Maybe
The
I don't
team?
know, though.
Yeah.
The team?
Mhm.
That would be crazy if they did. I would
Do you
love
think
to
they felt
hear-
like if they were all safe, there'd be targets on them next week?
I mean, wait, who's on that team? Is Alyssa?
Alyssa, Sarah, and Xavier.
Okay, because Alyssa and Sarah are both pretty in danger. Like,
Sure.
you know, so it's like I don't know if that was the greatest idea. Maybe it's a strong idea at the time, but right now it's looking pretty rough, especially because
Yeah.
Christian saved Xavier, which means it's more likely that if Alyssa stays up, like everyone's gonna be like, let's get one of them out because half of them are already safe.
I do like his move to save Xavier because Xavier is a massive meat shield target.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's what he was thinking.
and he's on his team too.
Yeah, but that's definitely somebody I would want to keep in the game for a few weeks because he's probably going to be a target before me.
Yeah. Well, no, but yeah, like his line of thinking makes sense, but I think Christian right now is already like everyone's kind of thinking about Christian because he's one, he was a target, like
He's another one like Whitney. I don't know if there's anyone who's genuinely aligning with him. Even though Frenchie thinks he's plotting this big ass alliance to go against Frenchie, it hasn't been the case.
wait, who were you talking about? Christian?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't really have any allies that I see.
He doesn't.
Like real.
Him and Brent somehow became like opposites of each other. Like,
Thanks to
like
Frenchie lying.
I mean, is he working with Derek F? Because like that chess conversation was very like they were revealing everything, but I don't know if it's like legitimate because they're all like we can't talk too much together. So that's never a good sign for me. Like that just means you're just doing that just to cover yourself, you know?
I mean, regardless of if he's aligned with anybody right now, I think his ability to be social, his ability to win comps if needed, is why I at least have him up in the 6 range. Because if he is a target and he does get into trouble,
he can get himself off.
He has a chance to get himself out of trouble.
Absolutely.
Number 5 is Brent with a 6.4.
Okay.
He has some charm days, but it wore off on me today because he was fucking.
What was he doing?
Starting to be a little. I don't know. A lot of the white guys like to talk down to women, and they just don't let the women talk when they're in conversations with other men, and the women are trying to talk, and it's so fucking annoying. So Brent was doing that, but then he's also like fucking, like talking down to Derek X now. It's like, okay, Brent, I'm kind of tired of you already.
Really?
Yeah. I wrote down like the conversations I saw him have with Xavier and Big D. Like maybe it is he just talks down to women and has better conversations with men. I don't know. I haven't seen too many conversations with him, but the ones that I've seen, like I just think he's a smooth talker, regardless.
Isn't he the one? So I was watching the feeds an hour before this. They were all in a round table. One of the guys, I think a white guy, was like, my closest people in my family are women. Isn't that Brent? Wasn't that Brent? Didn't he say that? Or?
I don't know.
So like that's really peculiar that he's so like not good at handling how to talk to women.
It's not all the women because I like.
Who does he talk down to? Like, or who does he like interrupt?
I'm trying to remember who it was. I don't know if it was like. I want to say maybe Hannah. Is Hannah on his team?
Yes.
Probably Hannah.
Okay.
Hannah and Whitney.
He better not be talking down to Hannah and Whitney. The fuck? Don't talk.
Yeah,
don't talk down to anybody. But
I'm pretty sure he did like grow up with a lot of women. He's Italian.
Yeah. He's Italian.
I mean, matriarchy.
No, but it's true. No, it's true. It's true.
Family, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm Italian. I'm not gonna act like Italians are just these great people to women.
No. But they're important figures in the household. So maybe older women, you know, motherly figures.
Yeah, because he doesn't talk down to Tiffany. So
yeah, I think he's more respectful to like older women, I guess.
Yeah.
And like girls that he thinks that he might want to like get with, that he probably won't respect them as much, which is absolutely shit.
Italian males are also just used to having women like do everything for them. The
on over them, yeah.
Are your stereotypical women roles. They cook and clean and take care of the kids. Even as adults, will do their laundry and cook them meals and give them like. It doesn't mean
all the Italian boys that I know
knows how to be taken care of by a woman.
I mean,
yeah,
he is kind of pretty. Like I'd make his bed and cook for him and watch.
You know, I thought he wasn't your crush. I thought he wasn't.
I didn't list him.
And you didn't say yes to that. I knew.
I didn't list him.
I absolutely knew it. No, I think all Italian guys I know, they're very babied by their mothers. So I feel like he's more used to like women just taking care of everything around him, and he's just there to be this pretty boy face for everybody. And I feel like if he is getting closer to Whitney and flirting with her, so I feel like that could totally be a problem for him, especially with Frenchie. He's gonna be like, I was right about you. But also I want to say, like, I'm not surprised by Derek X's position at this point, even if he knew the game, because the fact that he's now being stereotyped as the smart guy, and also everyone's talking down to him or like avoiding him. It makes perfect sense to me. I should have seen that coming. I was hoping for better. Like I was hoping for more.
I mean, he's a token Asian. They don't have a
He's a
token
token
black person
Asian.
this season,
So it's like
he's
he
gonna be a
sticks
token
out
Asian.
already. Yeah, literally. Like no one, he's not going to be able to connect with anybody that quickly either. He's going to be scared to do it. He's going to be intimidated. That's why he went with the white bros. It makes sense. It just, everything he did made sense for me. And he's the same age as me. So I'm just like, I'm upset, but I understand that this is how it is. But no, yeah, Brent talking down to him doesn't make sense to me either. I don't know.
I just want to say Christian's the same way sometimes with Alyssa and other women. That's just always not letting them really talk.
Great.
Didn't
Love that.
that start though with Derek kind of exposing the firefighters to Frenchie? It was.
He did?
What did
Yeah.
what start?
So Frenchie was snooping. Frenchie confronts Derek X about the firefighters in front of Brent and Whitney. Derek confesses, and then everybody piles on to Derek.
Yeah,
the
Derek
rest of the night.
confessing was not the smartest thing in the world.
So I mean, maybe that's why Brent has.
I mean, that's why Brent has an issue
Has
with
it up.
him, yeah.
He's being.
But he
being
doesn't have to be
cold.
fucking a condescending asshole either.
Oh my, that's
fair.
people were being condescending to Kiefer in that season, and I was getting annoyed too because I feel like that also makes sense in the dynamics of things, and I'm like it pissed me off too. So hopefully that changes if he's still here.
Any other thoughts on Brent?
We had a lot more negatives than what was the positives? Why are we? He's high. On
I
my
know,
list
why is he
too.
so high?
He's high on my list too.
I think he's so high because he fucking changed Frenchie's mind with one conversation.
In a 10-minute conversation, like his ability to do that is pretty impressive, honestly.
I mean,
That's
except it's
why-
Frenchie, so I don't know if it's that impressive.
I mean,
he
it
talks
worked.
really well to people. Like
Yeah.
I said, Big D and Xavier, like the conversations that they were having, I was like, this could be like an alliance forming.
Yeah,
He's good at making personal connections, definitely.
yeah.
Flight attendant. He's good. He should be good at.
Sure.
That's also true. He greets everybody on the plane. Like it's gonna be good social skills.
Number 4 is Xavier with a 6.6.
Really,
Oh, this is getting hot right now.
I had him so much higher.
I think Xavier and Azah are both like calculated
Yeah, yeah.
and driven, and I
Yes.
feel like they're having the right conversations. They're not really like owning a room or like taking over, but they're being purposeful in their conversations with people.
Yeah, Xavier said on night 1, he was talking to Brent and saying that he just wanted like the first night to relax and no game. Like, why are y'all rushing to game so hard in the first week? Like, just take it easy.
First 40 hours.
Right. So I gave him a 6 just because I don't really know what kind of game he's going to play yet. But I do like that he's kind of laying low for that first week. Especially, he should be one of the first targets, as big of a man as he is. Like,
And he
comp-wise.
was never even discussed. That's why I have him number 2, because not only was he was gonna be safe if Christian didn't save him, but now he is completely safe. I don't know. I think that he is powerful in that sense of like being able to dominate without anyone noticing that, like Derek F is really about him as well. And like, it doesn't help. It definitely helps that he's really good looking and like really like big. And I just,
Makes it
I
a
don't know.
target that Christian saved him.
It does make him a target, possibly, but Christian is, to me, even though Xavier is bigger than Christian, I think that Christian in his position right now, because of what happened so far, after this week, Xavier is behind him. Like, people are not going to be like, let's get out Xavier over Christian. And that's a great thing, and Xavier being saved by Christian and not the other way around is even a bigger thing for him. So I don't know. I don't see him being a problem, like having problems until like week 3 or 4. Because we don't know what's going to happen after the second week. All I know is Frenchie's going to be a big problem if he doesn't get HOH again, which he can't. So
I agree with Meg, though, that he is very much calculated.
yeah,
Just being the attorney that he is. Like, I'm already envisioning him in a final 2. Like, I could see him and Tiffany in the final 2. I just think that once he once he starts playing, I think he's really gonna fuck with
There's gonna be
people's
no
heads.
stopping him once he's getting going.
That's exciting. That
Like
sounds
I'm thinking
I'm really excited.
I'm thinking he'll be able to control the game, which I don't want it to be boring like this, but I think he'll be able to control a game like Derek did.
I mean, he's what he's doing, I think, is like controlling his safety, whether he was saved or not, which is great. We don't want to control the game too much because then you are the forefront of it. But he's controlling his safety by being good with Frenchie and being good with everyone who wants to save him and having
That's
the
a perfect place
cookout.
to start. And then once he starts getting going and he has kind of
You can't
secured-
stop. You can't stop
start
him.
manipulating
Yeah.
what's going on around him with the other players.
I think for him as a player, once he starts playing, like showing his true colors, you can't really stop this person because he's already gotten you hooked, like wanting to work with him. So it's a good position, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I like listening to him talk. Like he's just
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really good speaker.
Yeah.
And you can just he's not playing down his intelligence. He's just not showing it off, but you just get this sense that there's something lurking behind there. And it's really intimidating.
And he's not condescending like the other frat bros. So that's really positive for this beginning section of the game. Like people know he's smart, but they're not like upset with the way he talks to them, which is so great. Like you don't want to be.
That's his skill as a lawyer coming out though.
Yeah.
Exactly. And people are not catching on that. I mean, like no one is, honestly. It might change in a week because I think these players will definitely be really chaotic this season, which I love. But it's like right now, Xavier is controlling himself really well. Yeah, but he was crying an hour ago, like for a long time. So, and I think people were starting to like they saw that. Like I think Azaz saw it, and Brent passed by, and
that's what I mean. He's using this vulnerable moment to build relationships with other players at a good.
I was kind of thinking that he was walking into different rooms. Like, not that I'm saying he's using it. He was crying at one spot for a while, but once someone walked in, he like kind of moved to different places and was still kind of really like sad looking, and he's not hiding. So it's like
it's more genuine, and it's just gaining him that like respect and not like
the way and he's gonna open up about it. Like he's gonna talk about it. So I don't know. I that's why I put him number 2. Like it's a really good spot, I think. And it's a place where I don't think that people can get him in trouble yet. So that's why I'm really rooting for it. I don't want to jinx it because I'm saying so much about him being good, but I do like him right now a lot.
I know I'm jumping ahead, like really jumping ahead, but I cannot wait to see him on the challenge.
On the
Let's not
oh
go
my
there.
God. Next. I don't know that show. I'm not watching it yet. I'm already roped into Big Brother. I can't do the challenge yet. Oh man.
Drink the juice, Alex.
Number 3 and number 2 are very close. Number 3 is Azza with 7.1.
Wait, who's left? Tiffany is on, and
Derek.
Big D.
Basically, the cookout are the main cookout members are our top.
I mean, deserved.
I mean, shit, there's our final 4 right there.
Yeah. You said Azza is 3rd, right? What was the score?
7.1.
Okay.
I think she's just so likable.
Yeah.
Right now, and she has a good social game. Like she's like Claire. She knows the game very well, but she also implements a good social game.
She's a better version of Claire at the moment. I agree with that.
I mean, I think she is teamed up with the smartest people in the game.
Yeah. Which could be really good and really bad at the same time.
Especially it's good for her because on this like cookout team, she has Tiffany, who's also a really strong, good social player, and the two of them can have this very like strong bond together. And then she's also got these 3, or maybe not 3 because Kyland, but she's got Derek, F, and Xavier, who are bigger guys that could help carry her competition-wise and just protect her, put that shield in front of her. And then if there is a strong women's alliance, her and Tiffany could kind of
go into that,
be a part of that too, which would ultimately get them further.
Well,
I hate team roles, but I would love to see.
That's the question for Meg.
Oh,
I
sorry.
said it's on the first one. She's already super loyal to these three. Is that good or bad?
Good question to make.
I couldn't hear what you said because my husband was using our ice machine.
I was just saying, she's already super loyal to these three. Is that good or bad?
I think it's good. I think we all know that this is how I play, but I just really think it's a good idea to solidify a very trusting bond with a select group of people. You know, in hindsight, a smaller group of people is better than a larger one. But if she has these two people, or at least one person that she can 100% be loyal to, and they feel like they can be loyal to her back, that's only beneficial to you. If you have somebody in the house that you know that you can have any conversation with, that you know is not going to stab you in the back, or at least until it gets to that point in the game, I don't think that does anything but help you.
Well, I think for Azza, like hiding behind Tiffany and hiding behind Xavier and Derek, who are, I feel like they're much more, well, at least Derek and Tiffany are much more sociable and louder, right? And I think that Azza could totally be loyal, but also just stay under the radar for a while.
I don't think that she should hide, though. I
She
think
shouldn't hide, but she can hide.
playing the way that she has been, where she's having good conversations with people without taking, pulling in all of the attention, but people still
like
know about her in the house. It's not like she's fading into the background. I don't think that
agreed
strategy to hide. She just needs to be able to use their skills to her advantage.
Right, to work together to get towards. Yeah, like I was gonna say, I don't mind a steamroll and with the cookout. I'm like, I hate steamrolls and I hate big alliances like dominating, but I would not mind seeing those 5-4.
I think there is a big difference though. Like I think the type of alliance you're talking about is when like 8 or 9 people join up all at once and just steamroll. This, I wrote down that this is the main alliance in the house. Out of all the alliances, this is what
Frenchie was all the Slaughterhouse Alliance are fake. So.
Well, I mean, this is what Frenchie was trying to accomplish, but this is going to be a core four that branches out.
Yeah.
Not just one alliance that comes together at the start and steamrolls. It's going to be a core 4 that starts picking up a vote. You know, each person starts picking up a vote, and that's how they're going to run it.
I'm pretty certain number 2 is Derek, and I just think that Derek could totally be a potential downfall for Cookout. Or the Cookout.
You weren't here for the preseason. I said he has Spicy V vibes written all over him.
I hope not. I don't think so. I don't know if he would do all of that. I don't think he would make dumb moves, but I think he would make glaring moves that people are like, yo, this guy he's playing hard. Yeah. I don't think, like, Spicy V is a different story. Like, she was making big moves, but it was mostly like confusing moves. And like, why did you do that? Like, you're so bold with it. Derek is bold, but he's not going to do stupid moves. Like, Frenchie's doing what Spicy V has been doing. But Derek is going to do something that's really, really kind of like pretty obvious that he's playing hard. I mean, he's already telling people the boot order of things. Like, he's telling Christian that he wants Whitney gone next. And he's telling, like, the people he was telling to doesn't even want.
But I will say, I think Christian does want at the time wanted Whitney gone.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying
before we get to Derek F, who is next? I just want to say one last thing about Azza. In that, for those 4, I feel like losing Derek X is worse for her because they have a bit of a flirt match, and I think that.
I'm here for it. I'm here for that one.
Her and Derek X or.
Yeah, they were talking for a bit today. They were teaching Xavier how to floss. Okay, this is really funny, but like I think either Xavier, I didn't see the face, but it was like, I think it was Xavier. He only uses the ones that the floss that you can like hold on to and not the string.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I have a 7-year-old, but I absolutely thought you meant that she taught them how to do the floss, like the dance.
No, not the dance. But Azza and Derek X were teaching Xavier how to floss. And it was like very cute. And I feel like those two have really good chemistry. Like I think when you talk about something stupid, but like have a very like fun banter around, it actually is a good connection building. Because like you're just like, he's fun to be around and she's fun to be around.
But
they're
that's
very
what's great about
dedicated.
her is that she can dabble in these like different groups.
Yes.
She does have her core four, but she could also have this private thing going on with Derek X. She could get in there with Whitney, Alyssa, and have this like stronger girls type of thing going on. She could be the kind one that sits and gives, you know, Brittany and Sarah the chance to tell her their story. Like
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Like the first day she was already bonding with Sarah Beth on Hogwarts, and she wasn't even like that huge of a fan, but like the way Ozza talked, it felt like she was bringing her into like her mind and what she likes a lot. And that's really good to like, for something that's not even about game. It's really good to do that. And I think Ozza has really good skills.
I mean, if that's the case, if Derek ends up on the block, I mean, those four, I mean, as long as, is it Kyland or Keelan? Kyland. Well, I guess he would have to be up against Alyssa, but I think those four can branch out really easy and start picking up votes. So if Derek is on the block, they might be able to keep him safe.
I want the cookout to sort of not control the game just yet, because like I'm scared that people will easily pick up that there's a POC thing going on, or like you know what I'm saying, like it's a cookout, you know, like if they're always talking to each other, it's going to become a glaring thing for people to target against, and they're all really likable people. So like if you start controlling the game this early, it's going to be really it will become them versus, you know, everyone else. So I don't know.
I really like that alliance name too.
The cookout is great. Frenchie's not invited. he better not be invited.
Derek F is number 2, barely ahead of Ozza with a 7.2.
I think Derek's pretty messy, not gonna lie. I didn't have Derek at number 2. I had him at 4 or 5. I think 5.
Yeah, I gave him a 6.5.
No, he's in a 6 for me.
He's definitely extra.
He's extra, and he's kind of letting it show, you know, like he told the whole room early. I was watching the feeds earlier too. He was telling the whole room that like him and Xavier have like a good banter. Like I trust him. Like I feel like I know him from like my home. Like he reminds me of a cousin or something. But I'm like, don't be saying that. Like, don't start saying that. Don't tell everybody that. Like tell Xavier by like to himself, not, you know. But I think Derek talks a little, and I think that it's gonna bite him. And that's why I think that he could be the downfall of the cookout first.
He's the weak link. Like if you're gonna attack that 4, that's the one you go after to.
No, honestly, I don't even know if he would be the one to go after. I think he would be the one. Like if I could see this happen, if I could predict it, I could totally see Derek exposing the cookout, and then he's not even the one that gets hit because everyone else is going to be the targets. Like I don't think
he would expose it. I could just see him being too obvious.
That's what I'm saying. Like not like expose it to everybody, like saying it, but it's more like he's gonna slip up.
Accidental.
He's gonna do something that just kind of exposes himself. But he won't be the one that they take out first. It's gonna be Xavier or Tiffany, which sucks if that happens.
Any other thoughts on Derek? I do think he's probably gonna be drama at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
Telling you, Spicy B.
No, not
just the vibes, like the extraness, not the gameplay, the extraness and over the top twerking.
Yeah, I mean,
back of
you're
the
right.
couch, that is big D.
You're right. That's true.
Tiffany is number 1, far ahead with an 8.1.
Yes.
My dream woman. Cat lady astrologist, dream woman, right there.
Well,
you have 0 type. Every single person that you crush on this
is a complete different person. Yeah, no, exactly.
I've never had a type.
That's great. No, I love that about you. But aside from her being your type, I think Tiffany dominated the first 3 days. And like, I don't know if people know it, but she definitely dominated. Like, she was in Frenchie's ear. She was in making this big cookout alliance. She's friends with everyone.
She's the reason Frenchie kind of went off the rails with Christian, because she was the one that put stuff in his ear.
Yeah. I'm scared for her because the reason, like, her dominating this first 3 days scares me. I hate when I get so paranoid in the first few days of things because it's always so early. It's so early that like if she's already dominating and everyone starts to like pick up on that, like she's an easy target to go after. I don't know.
What do you mean by dominating though? Like I don't see her as controlling the game. I just think she is so sociable that she is in a great position with everybody in the house.
But that's the only thing I could say is a positive and a negative, because if people are like, oh, I like Whitney, I mean not Whitney, I like Tiffany, but then everyone's saying that, then you're kind of like, if everyone likes Tiffany, who does she like? Like, who does she actually like?
I feel like those conversations, you would think that they happen, but I don't think they really do.
They don't?
I don't think there's a moment where people are like, oh, wait, you and you, we all like this person. Ooh, red flag. I don't.
And maybe like late in the game, if you really think they're likable to win or something.
Late jury management stuff, but right now I don't think they're having that kind of conversation.
That makes sense.
I think the conversation she has to look out for is people thinking that she has a number one. Like that's what she doesn't need to have. Because if people start thinking she has a number one, then she's going to be a target. But everybody liking her, I don't think is that big of a deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's fine for now because she has all those connections. So
she does.
But she needs to definitely, over the next few weeks, not start telling the wrong people the wrong things. Especially since there's a rat already.
She hasn't done that, so that's good.
She's a listener. She's a really good listener.
Just don't talk to Sarah Beth. Don't talk to Sarah Beth. I love her though. I love the way she's playing. I think it's pretty dangerous, but it's funny to watch. But no, Tiffany. I think Tiffany does have a good control on who she talks to and what she says. That's definitely something that I am.
She's very observant too, like we talked about earlier, with her being able to see the shadow and somebody listening at the door.
Yeah. That's scary, man. That's really good skills to have.
She has this thing where she's always looking at her doors at some point.
She is probably, I think, one of the biggest fans of Big Brother in the house.
Is she really?
Like, yeah, she follows the contestants' lives.
I didn't even know. It's not showing in the feeds. Like, it's not showing as much as like Claire.
I think it's starting to. She's starting to come across as the actual Twitter person instead of fucking Frenchie.
Her impressions of Nicole were spot on. Like, she knows Nicole's life was talking about Nicole having her baby while they're in the house.
Oh God, that's dangerous. I think that's dangerous. But I mean,
I think that's why she knows to look at the bottom of the doors. Like, she's watched the show and the feed so often that she knows where to look in the house.
That's hilarious. Yeah. How did she handle Frenchie when she did meet him at the door? Like, I heard that she
played it off very well. It was just like, oh,
did she really?
Like, she just opened the door and he was there, and he was like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And he was so caught off guard. Like, I don't think he would have even realized anyways. He fucked up.
Was Frenchie there for a while? Did he hear anything?
A couple minutes. I think this is when Frenchie started acting like he knew what was going on because he walked into
to Derek,
right? Firefighters talking.
Yeah.
Like, day 3 really the time to be eavesdropping?
Yeah, it really isn't.
If you're a maniac who's like, missing his fucking meth, then maybe.
I mean, that's
an accusation.
I think it's pretty accurate.
I mean, even Xavier, when he was talking about, can y'all just not do game? Like, he stepped back and was like, do I seriously hear game talk right now? Like, you wouldn't be looking for it, because it's absolutely insane to be having this much in-depth game talk 2-3 days into the game. You shouldn't even have to
talking as if they're in the final 5, or not final, like in the jury, around jury area. That's what I feel like. That's what he's playing right now.
Yes,
that's crazy to me. That you're not playing for the long run at all. It would be crazy to see him in jury or past that stage. It would be crazy to handle. I need him to. If that happens, I don't know. I mean, I would definitely watch because I'm like, how'd you do it? But I think that's like my boldest prediction is that he can't make it past the first 3 weeks. And he has immunity for the first one, so that's saying something.
Am I still frozen?
No.
I'll go ahead and throw it out there. If any Reddit people are watching, I've officially made Tiffany my Reddit flair. I am hoping. I'm hoping I don't have to change it like I did with Tara. A week into the game.
I don't know what that
Wait, was your flare Terra in the
Yeah,
beginning?
to start out, yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, no,
everyone must have. What's your Reddit name?
not
Should we expose
dazed,
you? Is it not dazed?
not dazed.
Have I interacted with you yet? I don't know if you know mine.
I don't know
I'm not gonna expose me. I'm gonna keep.
I mean, it's pretty
playing.
obvious who I am. I mean, I post our videos sometimes, and it says not dazed, but it's obvious.
I'm not on it that much. I'm not on it that much to know your name on there. But I feel like we probably interacted. I feel like we interacted without even knowing. But oh, Meg, so flares are like on Reddit, you can pick someone as your favorite, and it shows when you post stuff, right? If you comment on things or reply to things, it'll show that that's your number one, like who you want or who you like.
I don't think I'll ever understand how to use Reddit.
It's okay. It's not the best place. It's a good place sometimes.
It's better than Twitter.
TikTok.
It's better than Twitter for Big Brother stuff, at least.
I'm just too old. I prefer.
I feel like
I prefer Twitter too.
Okay.
I mean,
I could get messy with people on Twitter, like I like to do.
The Big Brother memes are on point on Reddit.
You said what?
I said the Big Brother memes are on point on Reddit.
Yeah. Well, I get the most updates from Reddit. Like Twitter, I would have to like either search the hashtag or type up Big Brother, but it's not in a way that feels coherent for me. Like in the Reddit, like they have threads of like morning feeds, afternoon feeds. I can double check it.
There's usually an update at the end of the day, like a
synopsis. Like noms, have nots, so that's like where I get my information from. But I don't go on there like that much. But for Big Brother, I do.
Well, do you guys have any last thoughts?
Well, can we predict? I mean, it's gonna be hard, but let's predict what happens with Vito, and I want to hear how you guys think. Like, what do you think is the most logical thing that happens here?
Let me think about it for a second.
Have they picked players for the veto yet?
Not at the time of this recording. No, probably not till tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping for
wins veto.
Who?
Say that again.
Alyssa or Frenchie?
Oh God. Frenchie winning veto. So possible.
He would be an idiot. Like I know he wants. Normally, you want to win it as HOH to keep your noms the same, but this will be number 4 for him.
No,
and the fact that he would probably change his own noms is just insanity.
He's an idiot either way, because he told everyone his target isn't the 2 of them, right? But if he doesn't use it, that's even more fucked for everyone else to be like, you don't keep your word ever. But if he uses it, he's changing his noms. Like he cannot win this veto. He should not go for it.
Said his HOH plans this week will be the eulogy to Dan's funeral.
What does that mean?
Which, Alex, you don't understand that. You should just go watch a YouTube clip of Dan's funeral. Just search that. And
Dan's funeral.
Like fake thing that he like basically dumped his number 1 in front of the entire house, made her break down and cry, and like she thought it was real because he didn't tell her going into it that he was going to do that because he wanted a real reaction out of her.
That's smart.
Yeah, you should just go watch that. But anyway, that's what Frenchie said.
Is that Dan Giesling? Is that who you're talking about?
He's a sociopath. Like
I mean,
if you want to watch a real sociopath in action, go watch the live feeds of Big Brother.
Well, Frenchie's also a sociopath. He's just having at the same time.
I don't think Frenchie's a sociopath. He completely bought into Brent like 10 minutes into. Like I think
there's some sociopathic tendencies. If somebody's lying to the casting director that you named your child after him, I think he's a sociopath.
Anyone who plays these type of games have sociopathic tendencies. Come on now, don't even front. Like. That's just the truth. Like there's no way you're not a little bit sociopathic. I'm
going to predict that Derek X wins the veto, saves Kyland.
Oh my God.
And so you think Frenchie would put up Travis, but instead he puts up someone like fucking Sarah or something, or Hannah even.
That's my prediction.
He can save somebody else and not go on the clock, right?
Wait, if Derek X saves Kyland, is Derek X safe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who goes up? Travis
wins the veto, pulls down Alyssa, and puts himself up.
What?
That's some Jedson type thing to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, with him, nothing would surprise me, which is I don't think that that's going to happen, obviously, but
I don't even know what kind of prediction to make. Like, it's already such a mess. It could go so many different directions, and I wouldn't be surprised that it happens.
So make a chaotic. You always make chaotic predictions. You should totally. I think you might be able to get
I'm on the right track this season. Like, I made so many good preseason
That he doesn't want to
assessments.
fucking up.
Yeah,
all right,
I don't
so
want
let's
to
do
fuck
one
it
now
up.
and see if it goes. See if it continues.
I'm gonna go with Frenchie wins veto and changes his knobs.
That'd be so fun. Oh, this man is insane.
That's an absolutely horrible idea to do, but I think he's gonna do it.
I mean, it's a horrible idea if he wins veto at all. It
Yeah.
really is. He dug himself a hole there, and he's gonna gun for it. He said he's not gonna throw any competitions. He's gonna gun for this veto, and he probably could win it.
even if you weren't crazy with how you handled your HOH, if you legit won 3 out of the first 4 competitions, you're immediately everybody's #1 target.
Yeah, there's no way he doesn't end up on the block week 2, right? Like that's
with
the
the twist,
easiest person to put up there.
It's possible.
What's the
two
twist?
saves.
There's
If
another
his team
twist?
wins, he's saved.
Oh yeah. Well, who's on his team?
So
Derek
everybody
F?
else on the team can play, right?
Who's on that team?
As far as I know, they could play.
So it's not just the
Alyssa,
team captains that
Britini,
becomes
Big D.
HOH, right? It's whoever wins the immunity
Yeah.
or wins the
Right.
competition is the HOH. Okay. That's
So, yeah.
honestly, I like this team twist more than BB Ken's. Like that was a
I hate
non
the teams-
event.
I hate the teams in Big Brother. Yeah,
I just hate the twist in Big Brother.
It's not a team game. Stop trying to make it a team game.
But Meg, you play a team game.
Yeah, on my own terms,
True.
with the team I want to build and I want to play with. That has not helped me at all. So
It happens.
me and me only. Fuck the rest of you.
Yes, there we go. That's what we wanted to get from you. That's what I've always wanted to see from you.
Well, I guess we shall end it there until next week. Those are our rankings for now. We'll see if we're as accurate as Canada. Hopefully, Fan Guy not being here doesn't fuck up our rhythm, but we shall see how it goes.
Dazed, you can't steal my.
Every time.